Hey, good morning, everyone. Riley Foster, Foster's Custom Steel. Looks like about 10 o'clock on the 6th of February. That show is coming up the 21st, 22nd, and 23rd, so I've got about 2 weeks because it takes a week to set up out there and get everything loaded and set up. My shop is a mess. I've got projects going on everywhere. It's been a month since I did a video, and I just was kind of shocked when one of my buddies mentioned that. Hope he didn't think I died. So this is not going to be some great long video or anything, but I'm going to show you how I make these. And this is going to be landscaping out of scrap material. All of this, that's the base. This is going to be some copper grass. Some of you have known that I do stuff like that out of copper, old power line wire. They've transferred it all to aluminum now, so I got a bunch of that copper wire and rolls of it. So it works out really good. Makes nice grass, yeah. So the reason I can do this now is I bought that saw. It's been about a month and a half, 2 months ago. And I did a video on doing some work on it and stuff. Guys, I'm gonna tell you, I'm really impressed. I think I paid $100 for this. The motor, I love the fact it has oil reservoirs in it. And it is a very old motor. There's all the labeling. Works great, runs smooth now. I showed the videos on how I took and cleaned it out real good. Well, I couldn't get blades for it. I'm sure someone knows where to get them, but I'd order them and they'd come out just tiny, they weren't going to cut aluminum. And that's what I bought this for. I made my own blade. I cut that down from a bandsaw blade off of that saw over there. Now that saw I don't use a lot, but when I do, it works out great. I keep it vertical. But the blade was 1/2 inch wide and it wouldn't make tight turns cutting stuff like that. That was the problem. So I cut this, well, the hard way, I guess. I took snips and cut it down this back edge. This is, I want to say 24 tooth. The next ones I use, I'm going to cut a portaband blade down, shorten it, because it doesn't need to be this long. I just used the 5 inch because that's what they had in it. It doesn't need to be that long. I can raise up or lower this headstock and not have as much blade sticking up there. So I'm going to do that on the next one. But for today, I'm going to use this and show you how I cut these aluminum pedals out. This thing really does great. Yeah, and I am so impressed with it. It runs smooth. You'll hear it here in a minute. Now I'm going to tell you, I'll have my earmuffs on, safety first, safety glasses and earmuffs. I'm going to cut this set of leaves out for this flower that I'm building and show you how this thing works. So hold on. I'm also going to have to get me a push stick to run this through there to keep my fingers away from that blade. Nothing like the phone ringing right when you're doing some work. So I will trim these off. And what I've done is I've done different stages. So you're looking at from scrap metal, that's what it looked like out on the shop yard, just a sheet of long material, to this. And what I'm doing is I will trim the edges. All right, so what I'm doing is, again, this is random. All right, so we're at that stage. Now would be a great time to reach down there and hit that like, thumbs up, and share. Give me a comment. Hey guys, again, every bit of this is out of scrap material. These brass sugar table, I guess table flatware, whatever God, if you want to call it. Some of it was silver coated, which is, all I gotta do is try to tap that down in there so that it will lock a square hole and doesn't turn, just like that. So a lot of this is brass and silver plated tableware that was given to me by a restaurant, and you know who you are, thank you very much. So this is why I tapped that 1/4 bolt down into that brass, so that when I reach here and pinch a hold of it with these cheap vice grips, I can tighten this up and it doesn't spin or twist and be a pain in my backside. So we'll shape this a little bit better. Yeah, and there you go. I drill a hole in the bottom so any water can weep out. And there is a nice set of flowers. I'm going to do them on some landscape. So hold on, I'm going to show you how I use that copper wire to turn some copper wire into long grass. All right, so as you'd seen before, this is the grass that you're looking for. And it's just large clumps of this green copper wire. It'll be standing up in the background. But a trick to the trade is when you are putting this on, and you guys who do this, this will help you out tremendously. Do not hammer that conduit. It's 1/2-inch galvanized conduit. Do not hammer it against that copper wire, because it cuts the edges of that brittle copper wire and it will break off and fall out of your grass clump. And that, I learned that the hard way. I lost a lot of grass. And also when you do this, you're gonna want a substantial hammer. That's a 3-pounder. So when you do this, slip that over to the edge, so if you do hit it up here, it won't cut into that copper wire. Because again, what happens is, that copper wire will come out of that socket. It'll break off right there where it cuts that edge. All right, I'm welding the last stem on to that stud that I ran through that flower. And you guys see me skipping around doing different stuff. Let that cool a second. And what you don't understand is how much time it takes to do a video of just about the simplest things. And when you start getting into fabricating and building, you got to cut the video, pick it up other places. Guys who do YouTube videos, I don't edit, but I'll tell you what, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of time. So let all the YouTubers feel the love. Give them a thumbs up and a like and a share and a comment. Hey, while you're at it, let me know where you're from. I ain't gonna send you anything. Just let me know where you're from. Hold on, I'm gonna put all this together. All right, let's see if we can't put a few pieces together here. Again, this is your grass in the background. I hope that's on the, it is, yeah. So, it's going to be in the background. You can hear those fans running and the little welder running. See that smoke going up and out towards those fans. I actually am drawing a draft across the shop. And yeah, it's in February, so it is a little bit cool. But hey, if you want to be a welder, you want to get to work in the office, you get to clean your shop. Well, hopefully, anyway. I'll finish welding this up. Get these flowers put in. I wanted the tallest one go in the back. Yeah, something like that. I think that walked off. That's how you shorten your flower stem. With a bolt cutter. You gotta do what you gotta do, right? I'm gonna weld that to the side and then I can bend it. Oh, come on. I thought I could. Out the shape that I want it. See if I can get you a better view of what's going on. All right, that didn't take too long. Believe it or not, there's a few minutes has expired since the last time this camera was on. I ran into a bit of a trouble, but you didn't need to say that off or on camera. So we went from this to the scrap material. That's an old propane top where I cut planters out and save the tops for bases on other things. But there's my grass in the back, and here's the big flowers. He stands about 36 inches tall. And it's going to go to the show. I'm going to paint the base and leave the rest of it as is. Again, scrap aluminum that I used off of a job a couple of years ago, and I got some of it left. And then all of these are little serving bowls, and that was a creamer. You can see the spout on it, sugar bowl, stuff like that. So guys, hey, just saying, as far as material, 1/4 inch round rods, not very expensive, and that's what the stems were made of. The electrical armor sheeting, I buy that in a roll at the scrap yard. It's pretty cheap stuff. So maybe $20 for this whole piece, and I did it in a couple of hours. I started on it this morning, and again, the video takes up half of it. So let me feel it down there. Give me some thumbs up and comments on these things. The art show is in 2 weeks. It's going to be the Meet the Artist night is Friday the 21st. The show starts at 10 o'clock on Saturday and on Sunday. And I promise if you come there, you'll see something you've never seen before. A lot of artwork, a lot of artists out there. And I'm going to be set up. It's going to take a week for me to set up. My whole gallery is full of furniture. I've got 2 more tables I'm building right there. Sun faces here. That's going to be opened up, stamped and dated soon. So guys, come out and see me at Farrington Village, just outside of Chapel Hill on 15501. You can't miss it if you go down that way because it's big. Hey, remember, give thanks and have a great day.